My 15-year-old cousin accused me of assault to avoid being grounded, and 9 years later she finally confessed the truth. 9 years ago, my entire family blocked me after my cousin accused me of assaulting her when she was a kid. I was 22 and gaming with friends when my mom broke the cardinal rule. She called me again after I didn't answer her first call. Calling twice meant this was absolutely urgent. When I answered, I heard chaos and screaming before she went to another room. She was sobbing and asked if I had something to confess about Sarah. I said no. Sarah was my younger cousin who I hadn't seen in years. That's when mom screamed that Sarah said when she was 9 and I was 16. I came into her room while she was playing and regularly assaulted her. She gave them detailed descriptions of everything. I couldn't breathe. I kept saying it wasn't true, but my mom just kept screaming, "Did you do this?" over and over. The call ended with both parents saying they never wanted to see me again. My sisters texted calling me disgusting, then blocked me. I tried calling everyone, but they all blocked me immediately. My dad sent one final text telling me to stop contacting them. The next year destroyed me. I waited every day for police to arrest me. I stopped eating and failed job interviews. I started drinking heavily and doing pills. I got violent but lived alone, so I just destroyed my apartment. I spent nights planning dark thoughts I'm ashamed of now. Finally got a job in late 2015, which gave me structure. Slowly got sober and bought a house last year. Been on antidepressants that replaced dark thoughts with numb ones. Last week my mom texted out of nowhere. First contact in 9 years. She said they missed me and updated me about my sisters having kids. Then yesterday, another text dropped the bomb. At a family gathering last month, Sarah was downplaying what happened to her after it was brought up. My mom got suspicious and pressed her, and she finally admitted nothing ever happened and she probably dreamt it. The family exploded. My parents told me they're appalled and angry at her. They want me back in their lives. I haven't responded though. Then this morning, Sarah texted me directly. 9 years of silence and she texts like nothing happened. She said she knows I hate her but needs to tell me the real truth. It wasn't a dream or confusion. When she was 15, her mom caught her sneaking out to meet her boyfriend. She was going to get grounded for the whole summer and miss camp, so she told them she was acting out because of past trauma. When they pushed for details, she made up the story about me. She picked me because I was far away at university and barely around. She figured I'd deny it and everyone would move on. She never expected them to cut me off completely. She tried to take it back a few days later, but they said she was just protecting me. The lie spiraled out of control and she was too scared to admit it. She's been in therapy for years dealing with the guilt. She ended with, "I'm so sorry and I know you'll never forgive me, but I wanted you to know it was never about you." I screenshot everything and sat in my kitchen at 3 a.m., laptop open with Sarah's confession displayed. My hands trembled as I read it again. 9 years of my life destroyed because she didn't want to miss summer camp. The rage was consuming me. I'd been sober 4 years, but all I wanted was to get blackout drunk. At 6 a.m., I parked outside Sarah's apartment building. She emerged for her morning run and our eyes met through the windshield. She froze, then stumbled backward and ran inside. My phone buzzed with texts from her begging me to respond. I screenshot her confession and sent it to my mother with no context. The response was immediate. 47 missed calls in 10 minutes. But Sarah wasn't done. She showed up at my workplace, telling my boss there was a death in the family and I needed time off. When I told my boss she was lying, he looked confused. Sarah had also messaged my work friends claiming she was worried about my mental health, asking them to check on me. She was already trying to control the narrative again. My sister Amy eventually reached out after seeing the screenshot. She remembered Sarah lying about stealing her iPad years ago, creating elaborate false stories. We met, and she showed me Sarah's pattern of lies throughout their teenage years: fake illnesses, false accusations against teachers, constant manipulation for attention. Sarah's fiancé Tom contacted me. After I'd sent him evidence of her confession, he'd confronted her and recorded everything. She'd broken down, admitted the truth, then immediately started spinning new versions of the story. He had recordings of her practicing different explanations, each one more damaging than the last. The confrontation came at a family meeting at Grandma's house. I presented a timeline of Sarah's lies with dates and documentation. When we played Tom's recordings of her confession, several family members gasped. Sarah tried to interrupt, but the evidence was overwhelming. The breaking point came when my aunt found Sarah's old diary while cleaning her room. The entries were damning. Detailed plans about making me pay for missing her birthday outlined exactly what she'd claim I did. She'd written about choosing me specifically because I was far away, picking assault because it would guarantee I'd be cut off completely. Sarah's response was immediate vindictive behavior. She vandalized my car and threatened to destroy me again if I didn't publicly forgive her and claim the evidence was fake. But Grandma's neighbor had security footage of her spray painting Predator across my hood. Sarah had a complete breakdown, running toward traffic before her parents caught her. An ambulance arrived and she was taken for psychiatric evaluation. At the hospital, she was diagnosed with a severe personality disorder requiring intensive treatment. 3 months later, I hosted Christmas dinner at my house. The table was full. Parents, sisters, their children, cousins, aunts, uncles. An empty chair remained where Sarah would have sat, holding a photo of our family from before the lie. A reminder of what deception costs and what truth can restore. My girlfriend helped serve dinner. She knew the whole story. My nieces and nephews called me uncle for the first time. Some things can't be restored. 9 years don't come back. But we were healing, broken but mending, building something new from the wreckage of Sarah's lies.